All right, well, that was Chris Parker, and that's off his new album, Psalms of the Heart, which was produced. You guys know more about the production part of that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, he was produced by Marlon Stokes, who's a very prominent producer from this area. He's produced a lot of great people. Mm-hmm. So we're excited about Chris Parker.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're auctioning off. If you just tuned in, we're auctioning off this photo right here of the superheroes. They're in the house right now. They're going to sign this for the highest bidder. Right now, our highest bidder is $100. We'd like to get at least $1,000 today to give toys for them to take to the children in the hospital for Christmas. And you can be a part of that right now by just calling the number on the screen and being a part of what we're doing here at 249.
Yes, and also if you say, well, I just don't have $100, but I can buy a $5 or $10 toy, you're welcome to do that. We're going to start collecting toys for the Children's Hospital.
And that'll need to be all here by the first Friday of November, right?
First Friday.
First Friday of November. December.
First Friday of December. And but we have a $100 bid. I'd like to work it up to $1,000. But if you have, again, if you cannot do that, do the best you can do and bring a toy here. It has to be new.
Yes.
Because they won't let you take anything else but new.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
You had someone wanted to talk here.
Hi, I'm Wade Wilson. That's the character I do. I generally sound like the teacher from Charlie Brown. Wearing this mask. So it's kind of hard to talk sometimes. I got involved with this group about 7 years ago. I was injured in Iraq and had 4 surgeries. It was an extremely difficult time for me, just healing and being rehabilitated. And this was the first time that I realized that I needed to do something. Shortly after I got back and started, getting into the groove of things, I found out I was having a nephew. He was born with HLHS, which is hypoplastic left heart syndrome, where you're born with half of a heart. He had, I think, maybe 3 or 4 surgeries within the first 3 months of his life, open heart surgeries, trying to do everything they could to keep him alive. I went all the way up to Philadelphia to be there with my family, my brother, and who's also in the military. And it was a very difficult time. I noticed that a lot of parents there were deeply hurting, and it really spoke a lot to me. So when I got back from that trip, I started looking in the Augusta area for someone who does something more than, just donations, somebody who actually gets involved. And I came across Brian and his group, and I said, man, this is the type of ministry I have been looking for. And for the last 7 years, I've been as big a part of it as I can. It's been just an awesome ministry. I mean, it has blessed me more than you can imagine. And it will bless anybody else if we just, we have to just give freely of our time. Sometimes just do a little extra instead of watching that hour of TV. Go out there and talk to a veteran or talk to a child, somebody who needs you. But I'm really thankful for being part of this group, and I'm glad for all the things that we do.
It's great how it affects each one differently.
It does. Franklin, would you like to tell how it affects you?
Yeah, sure. I was born with muscular dystrophy, and that basically means that my muscle strands are longer than they should be, so I'm basically weaker than everyone else, and I fatigue a lot faster. So when I was a little kid, I always loved dressing up as Spider-Man. It really wasn't the powers or the character or the name even. I mean, come on, Spider-Man? That's kind of funny. But it was the idea that I could be stronger just by putting on a costume. And, that was awesome for me. Well, growing up, I would pretty much always be Spider-Man, and, I started making my own costumes. And I ended up meeting Bryton about 2 years ago at the Spider-Man 2 movie, I think. And I was like, well, that's interesting. There's other people that dress up. I didn't know that. And we went to a free comic book day, and I ended up meeting everyone there. And they're like, hey, would you like to go to the hospital with us? And I was like, well, that would be awesome. So went to the hospital, and it was amazing, but it was also sad seeing all the kids. They're just stuck, and I know how that is because I went through many, many months, I think a couple of years with physical therapy just to get me going the way that, I really could. I wasn't even supposed to walk, and you know, that's rough. So I know what it's like to be a little kid stuck in a bed. And when I got with the group and we were done with our day, I was like, wow. Not only do I make, you know, I feel better wearing a costume, you know, but I get to give these kids hope that there's someone out there who's strong and they can be strong too. You know, and that's the whole reason why we do this, is to give hope.
Amen.
Yes.
I joined with Brian with Franklin about 2 years ago, I think it was. All they do is really great. Everything they do is great. I enjoy doing this. Back in July of this year, we went to a camp up in Atlanta almost for brain trauma patients. And I went as Batman, and the joy on their faces was just unbelievable. It was so exciting to see them come up to me and give me hugs and take pictures with them and say that, you know, of course, Spider-Man was their favorite, but they also liked Batman, and that, you know, they smiled and just forgot what they were going through for that time. It really is just a great thing that these guys do, and I'm very proud to be with them, with you, Brian, and Lisa, and everybody.
I have to say something about my son, Spider-Man. Yeah, somebody gave his name away already, but he is truly a miracle in the making. Doctors said that, first of all, my wife and I were not supposed to be able to have children. I have 3 boys. Franklin, he just is doing things that the doctor said he couldn't do. He's lifting weights, he's doing exercises, you name it, he can do it. And it's all because of what God has done in our lives. And then same thing with Daniel. You know, Daniel just went through back surgery, corrective surgery for his scoliosis, and just God just has His hands on our family, and just really watching them grow and being really excited about what they're doing with the children just really excites my heart.
Last week was Halloween with a Heart. That was just awesome. Like, the kids' faces were amazing. Just the surprise of Batman being there and Superman, all their favorite superheroes, was amazing. I just loved it all.
We probably need a throat lozenge out here for Batman. Can't use his real voice because you might know who he is. But like they're all saying, we get to do so many incredible things. We've been to senior facilities.
Birthday parties.
Oh gosh, yeah, lots of birthday parties. But those camps, like you're saying, is amazing. The camp we went to that Connor was talking about, or excuse me, Wolverine was talking about, we went to that camp just before we walked out to go to the kids. A mother called us, and when she called us, she said, "Oh my gosh, I've been trying to get in touch with you guys for weeks. You came to see my child a couple months ago at the hospital." She said, "Thank you. Thank you for brightening up his day and brightening up our day, and thank you for what you do." I said, "Well, you're welcome." And she gave me this hug, and she didn't let go.
That is so cool. Well, listen, I hope you enjoyed our Spider-Man, all these superheroes. And we'll see you next time right here on Club 36.